This is how you can earn money on Fiverr as a complete beginner with zero skills to offer. For those who don't know, Fiverr is a freelance website where you can hire freelancers to do a job for you, or you can become a freelancer yourself. However, I discovered a way where you can make money on Fiverr without doing any of the work yourself. I'm going to break down exactly how you can do this in today's video with 5 easy steps. I'm going to explain this in the easiest way possible, so it doesn't matter how old you are, where you live, what kind of computer or tech skills you have. I'm going to show you how you can set this process up yourself so you can create your own money-making side hustle. Also, at the end of this video, after you have followed every single step to set this up for yourself by watching this whole video, I'll show you another trick in order to maximize your earnings with a particular platform. So make sure that you watch every single step in this video all the way up until the end so you can make as much money as possible. Before we get started with today's video, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already and like this video. Also, be sure to click on the notification bell so you are notified every time we upload a new money-making video. So the first thing we need to do is go over to Fiverr.com. And based on the data from SimilarWeb.com, we can see that Fiverr is being visited around 60 million times every month. And if we scroll down here, we can see all the different countries that Fiverr is being visited from. So clearly we can see that Fiverr is immensely popular among people from all over the world, where you can either sell your services or buy services from other freelancers from millions of different people. And don't worry, we won't be buying anything on Fiverr. I'm going to show you how you can use Fiverr to make money online without doing any of the work yourself. And this strategy can work in any category, whether that's voiceovers, video editing, graphic design, web development, whatever skill category you can think of, you can use this method without having any previous experience in any of these fields. So the first step I'd like you to do is go over to Fiverr.com and click on this button right here that says Join. This is where you can sign up for your free account by using either Facebook, Google, Apple, or any other email address you'd like. The sign-up process is very simple and straightforward and shouldn't take any longer than a couple of minutes. This is also a very necessary step for this process. So since Fiverr has an incredible amount of competition, you'll need to do some prior research before you start selling your services. So let's do some research into Fiverr right now. I'm currently logged into my account, and it should look the same for you after you've created and logged into your account. This is the main dashboard of Fiverr, where it shows graphics and design, digital marketing, writing and translation, video and animation, music and audio, programming and tech, and more. So now you want to choose a category that will ensure that you make the most money using this strategy. So I would suggest using 5data.com in order to do quality research for this. 5data is a Fiverr seller assistant. So the first thing you can do is hover over Fiverr Tools and click right here where it says Keyword Analytics. So when doing this, a lot of people tend to gravitate towards things like logo design, for example. So if we were to type into the search bar logo design and click on enter, we will see that there's this many total gigs for logo design. So clearly, we can see the competition for logo design is extremely high. And if we go back to Fiverr and search the same thing and look at what most people are pricing their services at, we will notice that the average price for logo design is really high. So what I would suggest you do is search for something in a niche that's very low competition with the average price of no less than $40. You don't want to focus on services that require just a couple of dollars because it won't work well with the strategy that I will be showing you at the end of this video. So make sure that you find services that have a minimum average price of $40. Since logo design has way too many people making this a very high competition service, let's look for a lower competition service that we can provide. So let's look up video editing as an example, and you can look up any keyword you like using this website. So video editing has around 35,000 total gigs. If we look it up on Fiverr and look at what people are pricing it at, we will notice that the average price is definitely higher than $40. So 35,000 is still a lot, and the average price is definitely still over $40. So let's go back to Fiverr and view some other categories. So let's check video and animation. If you look here, we can view the most popular topics in video animation. So there is short video ads, video editing, 3D product animation, visual effects, and more. And remember, since you aren't doing any of the work yourself, you can pick between any of these that you like in any category that you like. So you can choose one that might seem very complicated and require a lot of experience, because I'm going to show you how to sell these services in several different ways outside of Fiverr as well. So let's click on lyric and music videos as an example. So we'll go back to Five Data and search for lyric and music video, and then click on Analyze Keyword. So we can see that there are about 8,000 total gigs for lyric and music video work. So if we go back to Fiverr and search for the same thing, we can look at what people are pricing it at to see if the average price is at least $40. So by the looks of it, it looks like to be at around $40 on average, maybe a little below, but I would say it's okay. So now what I would like you to do is browse through all the different categories on Fiverr and find one you like, and then use Five Data to do some research to see if the competition is low enough and the average price is high enough for you to do. So if you find gigs that are above 30 or 40,000, that's way too high. Try and find gigs that are well below that so you can compete as a complete beginner. So for the third step, I'm going to show you how to set up your gigs in order to rank on Fiverr so more people will click and purchase your service. So I'm going to show you an extra tool to get external traffic at the end of this video, but I also right now would like to show you how to rank higher organically. Like I mentioned previously, there are about 60 million people who search on Fiverr a month, so you can easily get a slice of that pie as well. So in this example, we will be using the category social content and specifically associated with Instagram. This service is where someone will create content for your Instagram account. And according to Five Data, there are about 8,000 total gigs, so pretty low competition. And if we look on Fiverr, we will notice that the average price seems to be quite high, definitely above an average price of $40. You don't have to do this category yourself, you can literally do any category you like. And remember to just make sure that you want to have a low total number of gigs and a high enough average price, ideally above $40. We're going to do one more thing before we create our gig, and that's to sort by best selling right here. So we're going to view which services are selling the best in this particular category. So if you click on this one right here, this person will be your social media content creator, meaning they will create the content you need for your social media account. And you can see this person has had this many sales and reviews for their services and probably got a lot more sales because you don't always have to leave a review every time you purchase someone's services. You can see that there's a basic, standard, and premium service with different prices according to each service. So now you want to analyze and study this person and their gig. What words are they using in their title? What are they offering? What words are they using in their description? How much are they pricing everything? You want to get an understanding of why this person is a bestseller and how you can become one as well and rank high. So I'm not saying you should copy this person exactly, but you should study them and use this knowledge for your own gigs for this particular category on Fiverr. So this person has a somewhat short title, so we're going to do the same for our gig. So I'll give this gig a title and call it something like, I will create and manage your Instagram content for your account. So this title has 3 different keywords. It's got Instagram, it has manage, and it has content. So if and when someone were to search one of these keywords, it's likely that this gig will pop up in front of them. So we're going to list this gig under the category of digital marketing and social media marketing, and we'll check Instagram on this box right here. Next, I want to create some tags that people might search as well when looking for a service related to ours. So I'm going to add Instagram management, Instagram content, Instagram, Instagram marketing, and Instagram account. Then I'll click on save and continue to redirect us to the next step. So what we have to do next is set up our package plans. And you can just do the basic package plan, but I would strongly encourage you to do all 3 because that will allow you to earn as much money as possible. So what I would suggest you do is you price your basic plan at $5, but only include a short time frame of provided work to get a buyer's attention and to click on your gig. And then on your standard and premium packages, you can include the full package, and you can price those at $40, $50, or even $100. So you can view the basic plan as sort of like a demo version or a free trial. So for the name of the package, I would write 3 days Instagram content, and for the description, I would write something brief. But remember, I want to include as many keywords in the title and the description as possible in order for your gig to pop up in the Fiverr algorithm whenever someone searches for a gig in your category. So I'm going to write something like, I'll create Instagram content and manage your account for 3 days. And then I'll put 3 days delivery time since we're doing 3 days of Instagram content. And then for the rest of these options, they are optional and up to you, except of course for the price, which I would price at $5, and the number of social media posts, which would be 3 in this case. And then for the standard plan, we would have probably like 2 weeks of Instagram content, so we'll put 14 days Instagram content. So we'll do the same description as the basic plan, but with 14 days instead of 3 days. And then delivery time is 14 days. I'll just put 2 revisions, and I'll check on page setup, and the number of social media posts will be 14. And then I'll set this price at maybe say $80. So for 2 weeks of Instagram content creation and management, you'll be pricing this package at $80. And remember, don't worry because you won't be doing any of this work yourself. This means that you can create as many of these services as you'd like. If you aren't doing any of this work yourself, then you can literally do as many services as you'd like. And I'll show you exactly how to do that after we set up the premium plan as well. So I'll do 30 days Instagram content for the title, which will be the most popular option as people will want to have a full month of work for their Instagram account. People don't want to constantly re-up their services. And it doesn't have to only be a month, because if you provide good work, then the customer will become a return customer where you could have up to 6 months or even a year of work. This can add up to become a lot of money. So we'll price this at $300, which will be 30 days of content creation and management with an Instagram account. You can also scroll down a bit and add all these extra services if you'd like. So after you've completed these steps, next we will have to create a description for our gig. This is where we will want to create the most detailed description possible with as many related keywords as possible. This will enable you to rank a lot higher on Fiverr. So I won't write out an entire description here, but I encourage you to look at other bestsellers in the same category as you and kind of study their descriptions and see how they write them, but don't copy them. Use those descriptions as inspiration and knowledge for your own, but also have the option to add frequently asked questions where you can include related keywords to help rank higher as well. For example, a frequently asked question might be, what is Instagram management? You would then put that as a question and provide an answer to it with as many keywords as you can. So after we've completed that, then we're going to click on Save and Continue and go on to the next step. Next, we have to include an image for our gig. This will be the first thing someone sees when they view our gig. So in order to get a lot of clicks on your gig, I'll show you exactly how you can create your own image for your gig. So I want you to go to a website called canva.com. This is where you will design your image. It's very beginner friendly and completely free to use. So sign up for a free account if you haven't already, and then type into the search bar, thumbnail. You want to search thumbnail because it'll provide you with a bunch of different templates to use. So now you can see that there is a wide variety of different thumbnail templates that you can use completely for free. After you've selected one that you want to use, you can edit it to your liking for your gig. So I'll choose this one as an example. And you can completely edit this however you like by changing the words, the images, the font, and the overall design. I'll show you exactly how you can do that. So if I want to change this image right here, you can just click on delete on your keyboard, and you can go to uploads and upload any other image you'd like for your Fiverr gig. It can be any image you like, but I would suggest using an image of yourself because images with people's faces convert a lot better than those that don't have an image of their face. This is completely optional, by the way. So I'll just upload this stock photo image of a random person just as an example for this video. Next, I'm going to change this text that's related to our gig, and you can change the size of the text, the font, the color, whatever you want. So after you've completed editing your image, you can click on download and then click download it directly to your computer. Now you can go back over to Fiverr and click right here and add the image that you just created on Canva. So after you have added your image, then you can click on Save and Continue, and that completes the setup for your Fiverr gig. So now I want to show you how you can do all the work for those services and gigs without actually doing any of the work yourself, allowing you to earn money from Fiverr without having any related skills. So as I mentioned previously in this video, I will show you a trick in getting free traffic to your gig so you can make more sales, But right now, I want to focus on how you can have any of your services or gigs completed without doing any of the work yourself. So what you can do is actually use other freelancing platforms. But there is a certain trick I'd like to share with you. While you can make money by hiring cheaper services and profit off of the difference, I'd like you to focus on something else so you can maximize your earnings. What this strategy is basically you will be doing drop servicing. You can use other service websites that are Fiverr alternatives, such as Upwork, People Per Hour, Freelancer, and more, which will all be cheaper. So to put things into perspective, if you were to sell a service on Fiverr for $200, you can go over to an alternative freelancing platform and hire someone who will complete that service for you for $100 or even cheaper. This means that you would make $100 profit, but doing none of the work yourself. However, it's important to mention that Fiverr takes 20% of every purchase. So if someone were to buy a service for $200, then you'd be only left with $160, which means you'd only be making a profit of $60. So if someone were to buy a service for $200, then you'd only be left with $160, which means you'd only be making a profit of $100. But again, since you aren't doing any of the work yourself, you can scale this so high where you can make a lot of money with this process. So if you're familiar with drop shipping, this is basically the same thing, but this would be classified as drop services instead. So if we check out one of these alternative websites like People Per Hour, we can easily find an Instagram social content service similar to the one that we created. So this service right here is cheaper than $300, so we would be able to make a profit with this. Also, it's important to choose a service with a 5-star rating so your customers will be satisfied and become return customers so you can make more money over time. So here's a good tip in order to maximize your earnings. Instead of just choosing the first seller you see, I would suggest contacting several different sellers to try and negotiate the price down just a little bit. And the main thing you can mention in order to negotiate the price down is saying that you will be using their services again and again and driving customers or clients to them consistently. A great website to use to look for someone who will provide this Instagram content creation service or any other type of service would be Upwork.com. So after you've created your gig on Fiverr and people are clicking on it and requesting your service work, you can then go over to Upwork and post a job asking people to complete this Instagram content creation service work for you. And people will often provide their service work for 50% less on Upwork than that of Fiverr. So always try and negotiate these prices so you can maximize your earnings. Okay, so now that we've gone over how you can make money with Fiverr without doing any of the work yourself, I'm going to share with you an extra bonus tip to maximize your earnings by driving more traffic to your gigs. This bonus is completely optional, by the way. So what it is you can actually use YouTube to get more traffic by creating videos that are about the services related to what you'd like to provide. Then you can talk about any type of service that you like. It doesn't have to be one thing or another. You also don't even have to show your face. You can just create a screen share video and use your voice or hire someone else to use their voice to talk about the service. There are several different ways that you can do this in order to drive traffic from YouTube to your Fiverr gigs. And as more people watch your YouTube videos and opt into the Fiverr service that you link in your video, you'll start to rank higher in Fiverr and get more work and make more sales. Now that brings us to the end of today's video. If you'd like to learn about another way to make money online, check out this video right here.